Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Let's Talk. I'm JMO, and we're here with WEX, also known as Mike Wexler. What's going on, man?
How's it going, man? Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man. Great to have you on. So, why don't we just start with you telling us a little bit about what you do, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I am an independent artist right now. I write my own songs and I record them here in my room, which is also my parents' basement. So it's pretty rad. It's pretty cool, man. I just sing and, catch some buys. I'm a senior at UMass Amherst, go you. And just kind of living out my last couple months as a college kid, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be weird with all this COVID bullshit and
Mm-hmm.
like everything going on with the election tomorrow. That's gonna be something wild.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be interesting to see what the job market's like after
Yeah,
this year. Hopefully, COVID subsides and stuff like that. But tomorrow's gonna be an interesting day for
yeah,
whoever, even for if whoever wins, it's gonna be very
yeah,
interesting to see how America reacts to it.
yeah. It should be. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are scared, so I don't know. I think
I
we're
mean,
just
they're
in a
always
weird
scared though.
situation. Oh yeah, that's true.
They're always scared. They're always scared. I mean, friggin' look back. JFK won. People are like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
JFK's the worst." Every
Uh,
election's the most important election, but not to get political.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yo, so how'd you get into music? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, dude. So I like sang for a while. I was a bedroom singer. I was a shower singer for a little bit. Didn't really want to get out there, but high school I branched out a little more. So I would sing, I'd sing at my church sometimes with student ministry. Um, I got some friends who also like to sing, and when you have friends who have similar interests, you kind of push each other to the limits and see, how good you both can get. And in high school, like at my school, we had this teacher. His name is Mr. Calais. Shout out, Doug. Uh, we would always go to his room. He'd have a full dude. He had a full drum set. He had a Telecaster, a Strat. Um, he had a bunch of cool other guitars, electric bass, bunch of acoustics, piano, friggin' microphone. He had the whole 9 yards, and we would just like jam out, and just like practice, just have fun. It was dope.
That is
That
pretty
was
awesome. Was he like a kind of like a jump off for you, like kind of getting you into recording music and
so
inspiring you?
he definitely inspired me to get out more. He inspired me to get out of my comfort zone and singing and just kind of share it with people, I guess, and you know, show people what I got as a. But yeah, no, he totally him and like a bunch of other dudes that kept pushing me, like Brady Wells. Yeah, it's like one of my good friends from Holliston. Right now, he moved to Nashville and he's working on his album right now, or his first EP, and I'm super excited for him. Definitely check that out. I think he's coming out within the next couple months. But yeah, no, that kid, wicked talented. He always was better than me at guitar, and I thought he was better than me at singing. So I'd always try to, get up to his par, and we kind of would feed off each other's energy. I feel like
Yeah.
so
Now,
it was a
what
cool
what kind
relationship.
of genre of music does he do? Is he like country, going to
So,
Nashville and all?
dude, you would expect that, right? I asked him, I'm like, are there only country music? And he said, no, there's rock. And he even said there's like pop like me, which I didn't expect. But he's more of like I don't want to say bedroom pop, but he's like a cool pop, like almost a John Mayer, like that kind of like smooth, like classic pop,
Yeah.
almost like indie. But dude, he's got a really cool voice, very, very unique voice.
Oh,
So
that's
definitely
pretty
different than
crazy.
mine. He has like a more lighter tone than mine, I would say.
Yeah.
Mm.
Where where'd you like get your inspiration from in terms of like different artists you listen to and like you're like, oh yeah, I like that the most.
Mm. So I listen to a lot of music, right? Like I'll listen to like straight up gospel, like Southern gospel, and then I'll go into like screamo. Like
Okay.
I'll listen to like a
Same here.
no, I don't listen to screamo. I mean, like that's
I
just
mean,
like
I do, but
okay, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, all right, I'll listen to like Panic at the Disco. That's not like screamo, but like I'll listen to like punk rock, right? So I'll
yeah.
listen to listen to friggin' Christian. I listen to country, and I think I like to take little bits and pieces of different genres and put it into my music. Like I listened to like I last year I was wicked into Lil Mosey and his first album, North Bass Bro. That album is still gas to this day. Like I love it. So like I'll take like, the I don't want to say he's a SoundCloud rapper because he wasn't, but like new age rap and new age hip hop, mix it with, bedroom pop, mix it with just like different types of pop, like Ed Sheeran. He's kind of like the person who really got me to like be interested in singing like acoustic stuff like that. Justin Bieber was the one who got me to start singing more pop and on instrumentals with the Purpose album. And yeah, dude, I draw a lot of inspiration, as I feel most artists do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love just all types of music.
Yeah, I feel like you've really come into your own in terms of
Mm,
your own style. You can really tell it's like one of your songs when it's playing.
that's
Um
cool.
when do you think you kind of like got to that point though? It's like you were just like, yeah, I feel it now. Like this is mine.
Yeah, dude. So I released like 4 songs at first, and it was like moving out, which was almost like a Mac. Like that was like motivated from Mac Miller and like his death. Rest in peace. He was one of my favorite rappers at the time. So I kind of took that, made moving out, and then I made 3 other songs: Heart, Shoved, and Joan. And those were good songs. Don't get me wrong; like they mean a lot to me, but they weren't the best quality. And I think when I started working with Hex, Andrew Gabe Gabra, um, is really when my music started to show more promise because he is a really good mix. He's a really good sound engineer. And when we made Losing Track, that was like, okay.
Yeah, that
Like
song was
that,
fire.
yeah, dude. Like my boys, like I sent them snaps and they were just like, is that you? Like,
Yeah, I remember you sent me that song too, bro.
yeah,
You
dude,
sent me that early.
that was when we were in Com 140 and intro
Oh,
to
what's it?
film.
No,
Yes,
it was what's it called?
dude, it was intro to film. No,
Experimental film,
was it?
right? It
No,
was
that
experimental
wasn't.
because it
That
was
was
fall. It
bro.
was
That was
fall.
intro to film studies. I think that's what it was
I
because it was
didn't
like
take
a
that at UMass, bro. I took that back in my
whatever.
old
It
school.
was a friggin'. Dude,
It was a class. It was a
I'm
class.
about
It was
to
a
I'm about to
class.
search this shit up right now.
Dude, I tell you, it's
As not
definitely
experimental because I mean we watched some funky stuff. Like we watched like Paper Burning
yeah,
for
dude. I
no
thought that
like
was
for
like
like 40 minutes.
yeah,
But it wasn't.
yeah.
Dude, that
Dude,
was
some of the
interesting.
oh my
That was
god, dude, some of
interesting.
those are so
All right,
bad.
you ready for this? You ready for this? Introduction to Film Studies.
Who was the teacher? Who
Boom.
who was the teacher? Who was the
Boom.
teacher?
Com 140. I don't know the teacher.
Oh,
It doesn't say. Oh
it
wait.
doesn't was it Kevin Anderson?
No, no. It was I forget what got I'll search it up. Dude, it wasn't Kevin Anderson. It was wicked nice dude.
Bruce Geisler?
No, he had like a little bit of a lisp. Com 140.
Escaping me.
Shimpatch.
Oh, yeah,
John
yeah, yeah.
Shimpatch.
No, it's
Shimpatch.
not John. It's is it
Sean.
John?
It's Sean. Sean.
Sean
Yeah.
Shimpat.
That guy's a beast.
Dude, he is actually awesome. I took another class with him called Mall Movies, and
Mall,
it was specific categories of film or
like
something. Yeah,
Paul
and we did.
Blart.
Yeah, we actually did watch Paul Blart, and for my term paper, I actually did the comparison between Paul Blart and Observe and Report, the Joe Rogan
Hey,
movie,
yeah.
or not Joe Rogan,
No, it was
Seth Rogen, Seth Rogen.
yeah. I
But
don't
for
think I've ever
those of
seen that.
those Oh, dude, it's awful, but at the same time hilarious. It's like an
I mean, it's
R-rated
pretty
Paul
much
Blart.
that's all of Seth Rogen's. Well, some of
Oh
them
yeah.
are gas. Don't get me wrong,
Well,
but
dude,
they're
Pineapple
just.
Express. This is the end. Absolute heaters for movies.
I never did.
It,
Like, I'm not. I'm as much as I study film studies and like have classes. I don't watch movies that much.
dude, I watch movies so much. That's,
Like I
I mean,
watch
that's like
TV
my
more than I
career
watch
though.
movies. Like this quarantine, like during quarantine, I rewatched all of all of Game of Thrones. It was
Okay,
gas. It
same,
was amazing.
same.
I binged Entourage.
Entourage, great show.
Great show. Very
You
very
know,
different from what would be made something today.
that's honestly, did you, someone told me this. I could be wrong on it being Marky. I think it's supposed to be Marky Mark's like life though.
Yeah,
Because
essentially. Well,
he
Mark,
produces it, right?
yeah, he EP'd it. He was the
Yeah.
executive producer. Yeah, and I think he might have directed. He probably directed some
I think he directed
episodes,
it.
but yeah, no, that was supposed to be Mark's life. Like drama is like his brother, or no,
Yeah.
his cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
There's actually like a drama. Like you ever watch Wahlburgers?
No, I haven't. Is it
Uh,
good?
it's a good show. Yeah, I mean it's a reality show, so it's a good show
Oh.
about Marky Mark, but it's like there's drama, like his boy drama, and it's
Oh.
hilarious. Like he's a goofball. I love it.
That's awesome, bro. He's definitely like Marky Mark has to be like the figure in Hollywood of Boston. I don't think there's anyone else that represents Boston as much as he does.
I mean, yeah, but you got like Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, true.
You
I didn't
got
think about that. But when I think Ben Affleck, I don't think Boston.
you got friggin' oh man, what's his name? Goodwill Hunting, friggin' the Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, true.
You know,
They're both in The Departed. They are both in The Departed.
I never watched that. Never watched.
Dude, that's the most Boston movie there is. Goodwill Hunting is my favorite movie of all time, though.
Yeah, did you know I used to be a child actor? I was an aspiring child actor. Yeah, yeah.
No way, bro.
Dude, you know the way back with Jim Carrey. So it was supposed to be. I think is Ben Affleck in that movie?
He might be. I gotta remember the storyline. I can never remember
because I auditioned for that. It was like a kid. He was just like he had his mom and his stepdad, which was Jim Carrey, I think.
I think you're right.
Carrey? No, I don't see Jim Carrey in it. Not Jim Carrey. Who's the Office guy? Michael in The Office. I don't watch The Office much.
It's Steve Carell.
Yeah, Steve Carell. I think it was.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was Steve Carell. Steve Carell was like the stepdad, like the mean stepdad, and the kid just like he got a job. This was in the Cape. He got a job at Water Whiz, and like found some friends and stuff like that. But I auditioned to be that guy, that kid, like the main kid, and it was supposed to be Ben Affleck. I'm pretty sure.
That's
Fun
awesome,
fact.
bro.
Never got any gigs, but it's okay.
Hey man, you might be lucky. There's so many kid stars out there that are just fucked up. I mean,
yeah,
that's something else. But anyways, that's pretty crazy though. You never told me that.
Dude, I don't tell many people that my headshots are hilarious. Like I have like I have like a moppy ass head, and like my hair is just disgusting and freaking messy, but I'm just like like all modeled out. It was hilarious. Me and my sister did it, but we both didn't really do it.
Yeah,
we did it.
Audition, but like, yeah. So, well, let's classify what you call TV though, because I think series on like Netflix and stuff is definitely different. Because that's definitely more movie like than actual TV, like watching like.
So it's. I guess we can retract and call it
like series.
First and foremost, film. Yeah, because would you consider that film?
I would personally.
I would consider it film, right?
The
a film is not necessarily a movie, right?
Yeah.
A film is. So I would consider it like a short film.
Or
maybe
it's
like a mid-length film.
It's like a long form film because it goes on for much longer than an hour and like 30 minutes.
I mean, Entourage was 20 minutes an episode up to season like 6, but like, it was like 25, 30.
But then it was like the storyline continued. You know what I mean? It's still like long form if you're gonna binge that stuff.
It's fair.
Have you seen Mandalorian yet? Is the real question. That
Yes,
show's
dude.
amazing.
I just watched the first episode. So I have one gripe with it. Like I get it. The whole thing is like it's got the main storyline and then there's individual, little stories. But like, dude, the first episode it was essentially the same as another one where
Oh, really?
he was on Tatooine. Have you
Oh,
watched it?
okay.
I don't want
I
to give
haven't watched
anything
the
away.
first episode. I haven't watched the
All right.
first episode of the
All right.
second
I'm not
season
gonna
yet.
give anything away, but like it
It's
was almost
like
like I
an
got
homage to
almost
the first season.
yeah, I got kind of disappointed. I mean, it was good. The production was great, but it it was original in a sense, but I don't know.
Well, did you know that last season or something like they had different directors on every single episode?
What is it? Oh, really?
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
kind of impressive.
I think I was talking to Kevin Anderson about it. I think he was telling me that they had different directors on every one. I don't remember though.
I mean, to be honest, that would be a huge for like a director who's not necessarily so like known that much, but like somehow gotten in. Like that'd be huge. Because
Yeah.
dude, that like the production value in any Star Wars film is like through the roof, and this is a
Oh, yeah.
series.
Well, dude, the difference in production for this one is they outfitted a whole. They're using the Unreal 4 engine, like the gaming engine, and they have these huge sets that it's just a wall and it projects the background onto the wall, and it has this position control thing for the camera, so it shifts the background to make it look like the background's moving and stuff to the camera, what the camera's seeing. But it's you'll have to look it up, dude. It's wild what they do for that, because they just have one set and change the stuff in the foreground, and everything like goes on in the background is in a video game engine.
Wow, it's crazy how much filmmaking has progressed over the past like 20 years. Like go back to 2000 like 4 whatever it was when
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters Inc. or like friggin' Casino, was it not Casino Royale, the first James Bond of like the new James Bonds.
I haven't seen it.
Casino, yeah, I think it was Casino Royale 007. Yeah, dude, like first of all, great movie. 2006. You got Daniel Craig, great actor. Rest in peace, the OG James Bond. 90 years old.
Jeez.
That's a long time to live, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would be blessed to live 90.
Yeah, I think anyone, honestly.
I want to reach 100, bro. That'd be great.
Yeah,
live through 3 centuries.
That'd
the
be
90s,
crazy.
2000s, and 2000 or 21s.
Yeah.
That'd
be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, dude, back to like production. It's so crazy. Like if you look back in the 70s, even of like the original Star Wars.
Well, dude, they did practical effects on that. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is the exact, because I don't think computer animation was a thing back then. I think they literally drew in all the lasers and everything frame by frame.
That would make sense.
That's what they used to do. And like all the ships and stuff were miniatures.
Yeah, they were figurines.
Yeah.
It's just like Coraline, like claymation.
Yeah.
That I can't get behind though. I hate claymation.
Well,
it scares me, bro.
Dude,
and what's his name?
Have you heard of what's it called? The Uncanny Valley?
No.
So you've seen what's Polar Express?
Yeah.
Great movie, right? Great movie.
Phenomenal flick. Gotta love it. Classic.
But when you're looking at the animations, do you realize it kind of makes you feel a little weird inside?
Like kind of how real it looks.
But yeah, but there's something just off about it. And it like there's this emotional response to animation where if you know it's animation, it's one thing. But if it looks too close to reality, you get kind of creeped out on a sub level because it's just called that it's too close to reality, but you know it's fake and not.
Yeah, dude, like what pops into my head, I just looked it up, where like the 2 train guys like that drive the train, the the redhead
Yeah.
guy with like the really long beard and the chubby dude. Like those two were. I'm looking at it right now. I think I can screen share. Can
Oh yeah. I think you could. I really need to get a producer.
I? um. Yeah. Either way. Oh, start share. Desktop one. I think.
Oh.
All right. Can you see it? No. Wait. Here we go. Oh no. Just kidding.
On.
I'll have to
Yeah.
quit. I'd have to quit.
No, I
Either
got
way.
it. I got it.
The
Well,
smoke.
what'd you look up?
Smokey, the Polar Express. These two guys like look real, but in a way where it's just like freaky. And like the guy like grabs his beard and
Oh
yanks it with like
God,
the caribou, right? Like
dude,
just
what?
some spooky looking things, man.
Hold on. I'm throwing it
Vlad
up on screen right here.
Vladimir Toro. I don't even know this. Vladimir Todorov. Some Russian name. It's the big
But
dude.
yeah, like looking at these guys, it's just like you kind of get a little creeped out, and you really shouldn't be creeped out from them. But there's
To
like
be
this
honest,
weird thing in special effects and animation that's called that.
and to be real, like it adds to the movie. It adds to the interest and the intrigue and oh, why do these people look so strange to me? Or
Oh yeah,
oh, these people look strange. Like I'm intrigued to watch more. You know what I mean? Instead of just
yeah,
having a normal ass looking dude and be like, oh, he's the train driver. You
yeah,
know? He's just the engineer.
yeah.
There's something about movies that are just like really psychological.
Have you thought about maybe doing like any songs for like films or short films if people were to ask you?
Yes. So one of my coworkers is working on a pilot, and I told her I made music, whatever. Like I just told her in random conversation, and then she was like, "Oh, like that's crazy!" Like me and some other colleagues of mine are working on producing a, um, pilot, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like she's like, "Would you be interested in like if I liked any of your songs? Maybe we could talk about." It. I'm like, "Sure." So she liked Irrational, and she thought Irrational like kind of went with the storyline a little bit, or not a little bit. She said exactly, and she wanted to use it as the end scene like song.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I have to get the buy the rights to the beat and everything, and then it'll be in the song. I think they're gonna pitch it to a bunch of different
So,
companies.
so do you get payout from that, or is it
So I don't
not
think so.
discussed
I
yet?
think it's just. I mean, it kind of was like it was a little bit, but like they'd be paying for me to get the rights to the beat, which is like
Oh, okay.
that's great. And like if it goes anywhere, I'll get some exposure.
That's awesome. So you
You know what
wouldn't
I mean?
be. Do you want to talk about what you do now, like the leasing, what you're talking about? We talked
Yes.
about it off camera once.
Yeah. Here, I can search up. Here, can you screen share or no?
I can't screen share, but I can put up whatever you want on the screen.
All right, ready? I'll just do mixed by H3X, right? That's my buddy. Oh, wait, just kidding. I don't think he has his Beats store on here. Here, go to beatstars.com.
BeatStars.
Right? Yeah. So what this is, it's quote the world's #1 marketplace to buy and sell beats. So you just go on the feed, right? You find a beat that you like, you find one, whatever, and they have different purchasing levels, tiers, right? So they got most people do this, right? They got basic license, premium license. A basic license is essentially just the MP3. And like each tier that it's more expensive each tier, but each tier you essentially get more out of the beat, right? So for a basically beat, you can use it to record over. For this specific one that I found, you can get up to 500,000 online audio streams, which is pretty good for a basic beat, at least. But
Okay.
distribute up to 2,000 physical copies, 1 music video, radio broadcasting rights for 2 stations, and for profit live performances. Then the next one, like the MP3 is like for those who don't really do, record music or use any software that involves music, MP3 is what you essentially hear on like Spotify. That's like the MP3, and the Wave is more. I don't want to say like high end. It's more.
It's not compressed, so
Yeah,
there's more you can play with it.
exactly. So for the premium lease, you can get MP3 and Wave, and then so on. For premium plus license, you get the MP3 Wave and track stems, which are essentially just like the loop and the beat pattern and snares and everything like that, claps. So the more you pay, the more you get. And right now, I've just been doing basic leases, some premium leases, just because I want waves instead of MP3. But
Yeah.
essentially, like right now, I'm at the point where I'm not just banging out 100K streams every song I
Yeah.
take out. Every song I'm growing and growing. Like last song I put out just is almost at 6,000 streams, and I put it out in the end of September. Yeah. So it's almost been a month, and I almost have 6,000 streams. And the most played song I have now is like Irrational. That's been out for almost like 6 months, and it's at like 7,500. So, I'm growing each time, but it's not like worth it for me to go out and buy an exclusive license. Just spend like almost like $1,000 on like
Yeah. That would be tough, and especially when you do have friends that are sound engineers like H3X.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you guys meet anyways? Were you guys friends beforehand or?
All right, so I had like mutual friends, but like I'm trying to think. My old roommate, Jay Spitta. I think it was Jay Spitta or it was Andrew. Either one. Shout out Jay Spitta, shout out Andrew. But they knew him, I think, through my buddy Riley, and Riley was his roommate. And just kind of like followed him on Instagram. I think he followed me back, whatever. He hit me up one time after listening to my song, just like said he liked what he heard and stuff like that. And I was like, thanks. And we just kind of had like a good relationship going back and forth. And we had Com 140 intro to film studies together. And I just kind of was like, yo, let's make a song. And we got dinner and went back to his crib and made Losing Track. And that was a wrap. That started.
That's awesome. Did it take long for you guys? Do you guys do? Wow, I'm stuttering my words.
Come on,
man. No. So is that like you guys did that over a few days, or you guys produced that whole song in one night?
All right, so most of it was done in one night. It wasn't all done in one night. We had the chorus done in a night. Just little tweaks that we made afterwards. I had my verse done in a night. I think he had his verse done in a night. And then like the reframe where it's like, I don't know where you've gone, like that was another day. And I think like all in all, it took probably like 4 hours, 5 hours to maybe more, but it didn't take too long because we were both like just in the zone. Like there's nothing like being in a studio with like somebody who is just musically motivated and talented, and you both just kind of thrive off each other's energy and build off that. And like you hear some guy, like your friend hit a note and you're just like, oh, that's a gas note. And just like you try to hit that note and then you try to hit a better one and make a cooler melody, catchier lyrics. It's a really cool experience to be working with people in person. That's like the downside of COVID, bro. Like I really want to be working with like Cronin, another Boston artist, like Questions. I want to like go like physically be there and just make like 3 songs. So there was this one night I went to Hex's house and I recorded 4 songs. Like I finished 3 completely, and I sang my verse to Way Up. Like Way Up, it took us like not even an hour. Like he literally recorded his the chorus wicked quick because he was just like, oh dude, I want to do something like way up, and he's just like, better go way up, and dude, I just, it was gas. I was just laying on his bed just like thinking of like what I could write, and It's such a cool like feeling and experience.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
Why don't
love
we
it.
dive deep into like how your inspiration works in terms of like when you're going to write a song or you're going
Mhm.
in? Is it just like off the cuff, kind of just to show who's listening, like what goes on in your head through all that?
Yeah, so a lot of it has to do with the beat for me. Obviously the way that I'm feeling, like I came home from church the other day and, we talked about forgiveness. And like in church, there's some pretty powerful things that uh, are said. And whether you're religious or not, like if you went to a sermon and you heard, a pretty deep, you know, sermon, you would be like moved. And, sometimes I come home and I just like feel some type of way from church and I'll write a song or I'll be, either in my feels or, upset, mad, just on a piece of paper. Like if the beat is, if the beat's right. Is like for me, like a good beat, dude, that's just like a recipe for success. Because
Oh
like,
yeah.
and like I like some funky beats. Like my buddy Cole Jangles, he's a producer from Holliston, where I'm from, and like he was on Adios with me. He made the beat to Adios. He made the beat to Somebody, which is an old track of mine. He made the beat to Don't Need You. Like me and him vibe pretty hard. And like I'm trying to think of where I was going with this. I don't know. We just kind of vibe. Like at one time I was in his basement and like he like showed me this beat. And he was just like, this is like a U type beat. And it was just like such a weird beat. And I was like, dude, I love it. Like it was like all the beats
Yeah.
that he had, that he showed me previously were like similar. And I was just like, they're good, but like I want something different. And then he showed me the beat to Adios. And I was like, this is gas.
Yeah.
He just sent me a beat the other day that was a WEX beat. He literally posted on his story, and I was like, "Dude, this is sick! Like, send me it." And he was like, "That's funny. I literally named it WEX type beat," and I was like, "Perfect. I'll take it. Let's go." It
That's awesome.
was
So
cool.
yeah, so it's kind of just like a spur of hearing a type of beat, and then you're like you develop what you want to be saying with that song. You go from there.
Yeah, and I've been trying. What the heck? I just got a. That was really weird. I got an emergency alert. Mass government alert. COVID-19 remains serious threat in Holliston.
That
Wear a
happened to me
mask.
for where I'm at not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah. Like 2 days ago.
That's crazy. I didn't think it was that bad in Holliston. Whatever. But that's crazy. My bad.
All good, bro.
Yeah, I've been trying to make like songs, like develop storylines. I've been trying to have this one song that I've been trying to write for Grip. It was the beat that Cole sent me. And like I have the chorus down. It's like, I live on the east side, you live on the west side, living out our best lives. And like I'm trying to make a song about like my last song was about like high school lovers, right? And this one
Yeah.
it's gonna be kind of like similar, but it's like might be just like I'm trying to figure out if it'll be like best friends. I think it might just be like two best friends situation, but just trying to carry out a storyline. Like right now I'm in screenwriting, and that's like we're making original scripts. So I feel like if I can make an original script, I can make an original song with the storyline that you can really follow with poetry and all that.
Yeah.
It's hard to though, bro. It's really hard to like. It's way harder than the spur of the moment ones.
Oh
like
yeah, definitely.
like
I
those
think
you just
that
catch a
you get
vibe.
more out of it though. That's like the you develop more as an artist that way. It comes along with the same thing with like making film or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do it really easy and it'd be good, but then you just gotta like unlock that next level.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on, man. It's hard. Like some of these
Amen.
people are really good at singing, but like really good at songwriting. But you just gotta take those people's talents and try to make them your own.
Yeah, I think that actually touches on a really big point too. if you really think about it, it's like you have people that will sit here and they'll see people that have made like some success out of you, or not out of you, but like some success greater than you.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that'll just be like, give up, and they'll be like, I'll never make it. They're the same age as me, like, and they already made it.
You can't do that.
No, and it's like you gotta take it as inspiration. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
they can do it, I can fucking do it, and like take
You
anything they
can't.
do good and be like,
Bro, it's so like that's so bad for you. Like you can't put yourself down from somebody's success. You got to build off that and use that as motivation. Be like, oh, dude, this person can do it. Like I can do it. Like he's the same age as me. Instead of being like, oh, dude, he's the same age as me and he can do it and I can't do it. Like it's all the way you look at it. And there'll be times, don't get me wrong, where you're just like, crap, I can't. Like I'm not making any progress, and that's a time to just reevaluate. And that's a time to just, sit back and be like, I think I need to take a break and see what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and what trends I keep, the mistakes I keep doing, and like the trends, and just kind of analyze yourself, I guess.
yeah. I think it's just like look at positives over negatives too. It's just like be like, oh yeah, you can think, oh, I wish I did that or thought of that idea, but it's also just
Oh
like,
my gosh, dude. I literally like I heard a beat on YouTube and I loved it and I made a song to it, but I never ended up recording it. And it's like a really cool pop dark beat. And then, bro, I go on TikTok, I hear that beat. This guy's going viral with like 36 million views. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But then again, it's just like, he grinded on marketing and he grinded on, making mad TikToks with no shame. Cause like, dude, I'm a little nervous to make a TikTok. I can't lie,
be, bro.
I can't lie, bro. What if people would be like, damn, like, what? I don't know. And that's like, it's not good.
Hey man, don't be nervous. You gotta get to that point where you're just like, you just do it and be like, I don't give a fuck. It's gonna help me out. It's gonna help whoever.
It's at a point where I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like I'll be like I don't know what I should I dance? I can't dance. I can sing. I can't dance. Like how am I supposed to do this?
I guess it's like more of a standout thing. It's just like do whatever you feel is right. I mean, I know that's easier said than done, but like maybe it's not dancing, but maybe you're the dude driving down the street or riding down the street on a longboard to Fleetwood Mac.
drinking some cranberry juice.
Hey man. I think that's like, that video, every time I watch it just makes me smile.
It's good vibes.
Dude, it's just the things like this country needs right now. It's just people being like, yeah.
Just being nonchalant and just
everything's okay, man. You just gotta live life.
Just gotta relax, man. Drink some cranberry juice and listen to Fleetwood Mac. It's good.
Yeah, honestly.
But no, dude, it is like you just gotta listen to music. That's like how I've kept calm. You kidding me? Like I'll make a song to keep calm. Like you have to let your emotions out and your like fears and all that out, or else it's just gonna build up. Can't let that happen, especially today, because people are nervous of what's going to come of an election. People are nervous of what's going to come of their health and their family's health, and all that builds up, bro, into like frustration, and you can just snap on a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you just gotta let it all be, lay it all down.
Yeah, man.
It's easier said than done, but it's something definitely everyone needs. I'm not saying everyone needs to work on it. It's what some people should work on it if they feel uptight or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, even for those that aren't like musically inclined, there's something to be said for just finding a way to release like stress, like some sort of hobby. It's like, oh, sorry, you go.
I was just saying, like people work out. Like I work out for like when I'm pissed off or something. Like people write poetry. People just go on a walk. People pet their dog. Like there's a reason there's therapy dogs at UMass and like around. Like there's so many different things that you can do that are productive that will help you release said stress or frustrations and stuff and fear. But this world today, people crazy, man.
Yeah,
People,
honestly.
people be going crazy in the US. Like my buddy's family just took in a foreign exchange student from Italy. Wicked chill dude.
Ouch.
And like he doesn't seem like he has a care in the world. Like he pulled up to the US in like the most stressful time of US history. And he's just pulled up. He's like, hey, like, ciao. Like, not a care in the world. Cause like, he doesn't know too much about in American politics. I probably doesn't care enough or at all. 16-year-old kid. I wouldn't care about politics.
Definitely not.
But yeah, you just kind of got to let it go. Be like him.
Yeah.
Be like Martino.
Honestly. Well, yo, the weird thing is like there's this film. Who's it by? Michael Moore. It's called fuck, what's it called? Where to Invade Next. And he goes, so he's like not love, he's like a very liberal guy and makes very liberal films, whatever. Not getting political with it, even though this film is very political. But he goes to all these different countries and looks at, like Sweden's their prison system in comparison to the US and how it's like a rehabilitation system rather than a punishment system.
Sure, yeah.
And then he goes to Italy and it's like they're so laid back because they have like something like 3 months off a year of work. Yeah. And they're just as like apparently productive as the US.
I mean, probably productive. I don't know how they measure productivity, but yeah, I don't know because I don't like comparing. I think we can learn a lot about what other people are doing.
True.
But as an economist, I don't think it's really. I don't know if it's helpful to compare, our prison system off of Sweden's, just because
different type of way of
living, man. Like the demographic is completely different, and poverty lines are completely different, and it's, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely ways we can learn from other countries. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Totally bunch of different ways we can learn from other countries, but I don't know if comparisons like that are helpful or detrimental to us. You know,
that's an open way to think about it. I could agree with that. Also, there's like this dynamic of, but it raises questions of, because there are problems in our system and in their system. But like in regards to like the amount Americans work and amount Italians work, is there, because we have people working like 60 hours a week, 50 hours a week, and we're producing a lot, like whatever. Yeah. But it is a detriment to the stress levels on Americans.
Totally.
What we actually think about. A lot of people aren't as philosophical as they should be, like in terms of how much that helps.
You look at people who live in, I don't want to say like lower middle class, where they're still paying, they're paying bills, whatever, they have a nice little house, and they're very I would say are very family oriented. I don't want to say most, but they can be
a good amount
of probably family oriented, right? And
yeah,
if you look at, because their parents might be working, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, coming back and being able to spend some time with their family. If you got people making, in the upper class, upper middle class, and, top 1%, as everyone loves to say that buzzword, people are working their butts off and they're like not home.
Exactly.
Like they get nannies, they get daycare people to take care of their children while they're out working, and these kids are lacking, they can be lacking in a good relationship with their parents, or even like good relationships with their neighbors or something like that. It's annoying because people will be like, oh, it's first world problems. You're like, you know what I mean? But I
it's
mean,
still
it's
a
true.
problem. It's
Everyone
still a
has
problem.
problems, subject to what their life is like.
Yeah.
We're getting deep in this, John, right
Hey, man. I mean,
now.
yo, it's true though. Like the weird thing about it is that like people that come from lower class or like have like a fucked up like younger life
Mm.
are either fucked for their life or they come up either as better people because they rise above that like saying having an abusive like father or something or like having something like that like where you're abused or whatever that usually happens in any different of the things but like
Oh yeah.
when you have difficulties when you're younger you're more resilient when you like come up
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
but like in terms of like family values, I feel like more family values are built in the lower classes, but they have their own problems in terms of money, which stresses them too.
We're always gonna have stress, brother.
Oh yeah.
We're always gonna have stress unless you got something I don't. Let me
Hey
know.
man, I think it's all
Uh,
perspective,
it
but
all is perspective, bro. Like, there's this old saying, old story. You got a businessman, nice, wealthy gentleman, nice suit, nice car, doesn't drink. Person asks him, "Why don't you drink?" Say, "My father was an alcoholic." You got somebody who's not as affluent, somebody might have some raggedy clothes and drinks a lot, and somebody asks him, why you like this, and be like, my father was an alcoholic. So there's two different ways to look at how you want to live your life. And don't get me wrong, like I've been through some hardships that aren't easy to get through. And you just gotta, for me, my faith was pretty much the reason why I shine through all the darkness, I guess. Like I push through all the tough stuff, but everyone has their ways of doing it. It's all in perspective of the way that you look at things in your life, I think.
yeah.
Easy for me to say, I guess, but
Easier said than done, we'll put it.
very much so.
And like given people's different situations, whether they don't get enough family time, so their family values are messed up, being in the upper class, or they have strong family values, but money is a problem.
Hmm.
It's a two-way road in deciding, or there's a fork in the road in deciding what you want to do with that.
Hmm.
And if you look at the positive side of things, which a lot of people don't, man, a lot of people don't look at the positive side of a situation or what you could do with it. And
Bro, even a
you know,
simple thing, you fail a test, you go, oh crap, I failed the test. Why did I fail a test? I'm gonna fail all the rest of the tests. We'll be like, oh crap, I failed the test. Let me study harder next time.
exactly.
It can be as simple as that. Or like you lose $10, be like, oh crap, I lost $10. I'm gonna be more
Yeah.
protective of my bills next time. Like
Yeah.
simple as that.
True.
All
Exactly.
perspective.
Yeah, man. But I mean, kind of getting away from all the
The music.
deepness that, yeah, going back to the music and stuff. Why don't we
uh,
go back to, do you find it as like, do you find music when you build it or make it? Is it more of a, I know you have love for it and stuff, but you find it as like giving people a way out? Because a lot of people look to music to escape from their realities or help them cope with it per se.
yeah, it's a good question. So for me personally, have used um I've used my music and songwriting and all that as like a therapy for me to get away, and a therapy for me to write down what I'm feeling in that current situation. If I'm feeling depressed, or if I'm feeling really happy, I write it down, and I like to just capture that emotion in a song. And I wrote like a mission statement for me like a long time ago, and I just want to like everyone says this, as cliche as it sounds, I want to inspire people. Like I want to inspire or influence the mood that they're in so that they can either have a better time, like a upbeat song like 650, or they can, you know, think and just kind of, you know, drown themselves in some music and just kind of feel almost like affirmed that they're not alone in feeling this type of way, you know, with like irrational. And I just kind of want to inspire and I'm trying to think of a word. I just want to, I don't know, inspire people and just allow them to, I don't know, influence. I don't want to influence their mood, but like, you know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, it's more of like a you want to be there so they can relate to you. Because when you
Yeah.
can relate to someone, that's like when people don't understand. People that don't realize now, I produce films and do like freelance photography and all that jazz. So I'm also an artist, just not musically inclined. But what you're trying to touch on is like when you're giving people an escape, they're really kind of just looking for a way to connect. So when you go deep into it, it's more if you can be personable like you are,
Mhm.
um, and put that into your art,
Yeah.
people are just looking for connection. So if they can connect to something, that they'll really vibe with that. It's like in films, if you can kind of see yourself in a main character when you're building a main character, it's like you want to give him a certain skew to how he is or she, um, to be personable, like
Mm.
some tick. So like uh he's always forgetful or something. Like I always forget shit all the time. I'm just like him. And
Yeah.
you
See
you
yourself in
you
other
relate to
people.
this person, and then you go through their story and you feel this connection and it gives you this escape. It's the same
Totally.
thing with music, is like you're talking about a breakup, or you're talking about, that's why there's so many songs about breakups, or like this girl you're like in love with but you don't know if she wants you get that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think when you're talking about getting to like telling a story with your music, you're really going to find people connect with you because you got a lot of stories on your belt to tell. So
Yeah. It's definitely, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Just kind of allow people to relate to it. And like you said, almost like let them know that they're not the only people that are this way, you know? Like for Irrational. Irrational was about like me just being in my head, about like, you know, not necessarily having like stable mental health and just being my mind is racing, you know, like it's just like just kind of I say a lot of that's a very like almost abstract song, but you can kind of piece it all together into um, one cohesive kind of storyline. But my style of writing is really like I feel like it's different from others just because I almost write in like I don't want to say like poems or like it's almost like shards of glass. Like you're trying to put the bottle
yeah,
back together. You know what I mean?
that's a cool expression for that.
Like I don't know because some of these lines don't necessarily make sense, and it makes you think. You're like, the heck does that mean? And you like you just think about it, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Have you thought, this is just off the top of my head, but like, have you thought about listening to like theory and metaphysics metaphysics stuff, and like
Mm.
maybe trying to incorporate that into something you're doing? Like Alan Watts is a big motivator for the way I look at the world, but he has some pretty cool lectures that bring you to like
Mm.
different conclusions, making songs like that.
So I want to go in. I want to learn a little more because I've never been like trained in music. I've just like only done my like just freelance and
Mhm.
learned on my own and through my friends. Never, I don't know how to hit a G note perfectly with my voice. I don't even know what a G note might sound like on a voice. And, you know, like I just sing. And like I said earlier, a lot of stories from the Bible have inspired some of my songs and a lot of lessons from church have inspired my songs. and writings of songs that have never come out and might not ever come out because they're not like the same style that I have right now. But I'm definitely open. I'm always open to learning different types of theories and learning, different types of ways of thinking and stuff like that to make a song because dude, there's a lot of great thinkers that have lived and that have died and that are living today. And you just picking their brain is like a task in itself. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's classes on having like picking these people's brains in college. Like like there's a lot to unravel in most theorists' minds and all their thoughts. But I would definitely be open to it. I just never really got around to it, I guess. Maybe I should for the story writing song.
Yeah, it could help. Alan, the only reason I bring up Alan Watts is because for a time like this, with COVID going on and everything, kind of opens a lot of different doors. He's not the most religious based philosopher, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a song you should check out. It's called I made a music video for it, not just a fan music video for it, but check it out. It's by INZO. It's called Overthinker. And when you get a chance, take a listen to that. And that they have actually Alan Watts speak in it.
Okay.
Even though he's passed away, but it's from his one of his lectures that he said talked at a university.
For like, I kind of wish I got into more philosophy in college.
Dude, the best thing about philosophy is you don't need college to do it.
It's facts.
There's books, there's podcasts, there's like everything out there, and the internet's like this wild, crazy, evil and good thing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives you that stuff.
It's giving you that special juice.
Yeah.
Mike's secret stuff. Get you
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
I have two more questions for you.
All right.
One of them is just because I'm very interested, and I think John Bellion's really, really good. He's like one of the best producers. I wanted to see what your thoughts on his music are, because I feel like you could definitely pull off something like he's got going on.
Dude, he's so talented. Like I have like my talent is for like producing and like engineering is nowhere near him. And like I'm not even trying to just be like, oh, the guy's he's filthy. Like I could never be like him. I could be like him if I put the time in that he does, but I just don't put the time in to like for producing. Dude, if you watch some of these videos on YouTube, you see this guy just like making all time low. Like, bro, he brings in like
Guillotine.
Yeah, bro, he brings in like individual like trumpet players. He doesn't do no samples. Like he gets the loops and gets the sound bites that he wants in person in live studio. Like he's a very, very creative artist and he's got a great voice. He's got a great voice. Him and like, dude, you got Love, Lauv. He's really talented too. He makes all of his stuff. And you got Jeremy Zucker. Same thing. They're just chilling in their bedroom. Except John Bellion has like a fat studio. But yeah. Like they're all just chilling and like vibing out. Like you got Charlie Puth who did the same thing, like made his freaking multi-platinum album in his room. Like
yeah.
There's the sky's the limit when you have all the resources you need.
Yeah, man.
When you invest in yourself to learn said, skills.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of what I need to do. I've been doing it a little bit, but I need to invest a little more in like plugins on Logic and like some better headphones to mix because these beats ain't nothing for mixing.
These are pretty dope. These are studio headphones.
Yeah, those are nice.
They're Audio Technica M50Xs.
That's nice. I wanted to get let me find them. These are ones that Hex has. The Bayer Dynamic DT990 Pro headphones.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of those.
They're like 180, but they're a little expensive, but They'll be
Worth
like,
it.
yeah, they'll be like the only headphones I need for. Oh, dude, I just found them for freaking 140. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go.
At Honey plugin.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that thing, bro? It's on like every video on YouTube.
Isn't it the sauce plugin?
Yeah.
Drip plugin or whatever. He's like, just turn this little dial and boom, lo-fi, perfect.
Yeah.
You don't even need to mix it. It's just like, oh yeah, dude, this is great. I can imagine like a little like 13-year-old kid who's just starting to get into beat mixing. He's like, you heard of the sauce plugin? It's only $20. I can make a perfect lo-fi soundtrack with this.
That's hilarious.
Bro, I watched a video of Kenny Beats just going off on the guy. I forget his name that made that plugin. Dude, Kenny Beats is going off. He's like, this is not how it works. like you don't just twist a button and everything is perfect. Like,
jeez, if only if, bro.
I know, dude. It'd be so much easier.
Dude, have you ever seen any of the interviews with like Immortal Technique? Because him and like Gangstar, honestly, like the deepest rappers, and Nas is pretty up there too.
Nas, dude, have you ever heard of what's Leaky Bands? I think his name is.
Not heard of him. Is he someone new? It sounds like really one of the newer guys.
He's really young, but there's just Leaky Bands, bro. He's got one song that's like wicked deep. It's literally called My Story, and it's like so underrated. Guy's a beast. Got 443,000 listens to it. Like, song is gas. I recommend listening to that.
Everyone that's watching, check that shit out.
Big facts.
So on to the final question. We're at about an hour here. So for you, what do you got next, man? I mean, like, do you got any songs you're working on? I know you got a lot of unreleased stuff, but what's up next for you, bro?
I don't know. I have a bunch of unreleased songs, like, like a bunch of them that aren't really my genre, but I have like two that I think are, that I think I just need to work on some melodies and some counter melodies and dubs and stuff like that and harmonies. But I probably will have a song coming out within the next month, I think. Yeah.
Sounds good.
A couple, I have this really good opportunity to be auditioning for American Idol. So that will be great. Hopefully, that can be a big opportunity for me, not only to get exposure, which is, that's whatever, but like to get more or less experience and, gain some knowledge and some insight on the entertainment industry as a whole, and really just learn about what it means to be a professional artist. So it'll be a really cool experience. Hopefully everything works out. But yeah, I should have a song coming out within the next month.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hey, remember everyone, balance, love, and respect. Thanks for coming on, WEX.
Yep. Hey, remember, follow me on Instagram at the real WEX. Yeah, I don't post as much as I do, but if you follow me, I will. So, and look me up on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music. It's just !WEX, just WEX. So hopefully you guys tune in. If you do, thank you. And thank you for listening. Thanks for having me.
All the links will be in the bio. Hey, have a good day, everyone.